And here we are, guys, on the map, ESV Ohana, and down at the bottom right part of it is apparently the bane of Team Prime from the team Acer. It is Bly. And in the upper left part of the map, in the blue from the team Prime, it is a newer player, I guess, unless he changed his name. It is Salmosa.
Could very well be.
Reminds me of samosas, which are delicious.
That's true. Now I want Indian food.
Yeah, it's really good.
Great. Thanks.
You're welcome. I had a nice big lunch. I actually had bibimbap for lunch.
I did as well. We discovered a new Korean food place like 2 blocks away. So
that's right. Yeah, I can't believe that.
We've been here. I've been here for over a year.
And I've been here for like almost 6 months now. Yeah.
I'm so disappointed.
We didn't know. There's literally a place that serves good Korean food 2 months away. Not 2 months.
2 months away. We must hike through the wilderness.
We just belly crawl there. It takes about 2 months. No, it's like 2 blocks. It's great.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, well, no early pools for either of these guys right now. It is a rather large map for that. So if we're going to see hatch first from both players at any point in this ZVZ extravaganza, it's going to be probably this game. Nope, it's not. It's actually going to be a 14-14 from Bly, it appears.
Oh, he won 14-13, actually.
You're right, he did. Okay.
In the game he went mutas. But Bly, of course, did play a macro game out of that. He did go for mutas and then decided to go 3-base into roaches afterwards and put on a lot of pressure before his opponent was able to react appropriately. So Bly certainly knows how to play basically all varieties of ZVZ.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see what Salmosa is going to do.
I actually know nothing about this guy. I'm going to flat out admit that I don't know anything about this player. So
the last time I saw Salmosa play was never, because I've never seen him play.
That's right.
I wonder if we could maybe dig up some VODs of him from the ESV Korean Weekly or something like that. I don't know.
That's true. Well, we'll see. Maybe this is going to be a big splash for him as well. So.
Could be. Well, if he makes a lot of banelings, can make a big splash.
That's a lot of splash.
Yep.
Doa.
I know.
Well,
yeah, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah. So basically, if we take a look at our openings, we've got Zergling speed really quick for Bly. He did go for gas first, not too surprising at all there. In that regard, we do have a very fast hatchery coming up for Salmosa.Prime. It appears that he went for hatch first.
Yep. And, of course, has pool and gas coming up after that. Decided to go pool before gas, so his speed is going to come. It's kind of the antithesis of Bly's build, which is speed about as quick as possible.
Yeah.
Salmosa's is going to be the other way around, of reinvesting back into his economy beforehand. He has one queen coming out and actually both queens now coming out at the same time. And looks like this Overlord does pick up on the exact time this hatchery was put up. Yeah,
well, Salmosa is still in pretty good shape right now. I mean, if you go hatch first, that's fine. You can always get your baneling nest up in time. In fact, he has enough right now. If he decides to wait and get Zergling speed first, he could be in a bit of trouble, because then that's a situation where Bly can just kind of go all into his speedlings if he wants to and potentially do a lot of damage. But as things stand right now, Salmosa.Prime is still in a pretty good spot. But we'll see. These next couple minutes of the game are going to be very interesting. Oh, and he will actually be getting speed instead of his baneling nest early on. So Salmosa.Prime taking a bit of a risk here, and Bly could take advantage of it if he notices.
Well, Bly is producing a few additional links now, but this game is playing out close to the one that we saw on Cloud Kingdom, where, let's see, it was Anyang at that point decided to go for a bunch of links afterwards to stay safe, immediately started a spine crawler, so we kind of see out of Salmosa as well, and then went for that defensive baneling nest. Bly, though, going to be a lot quicker on the baneling nest this go-around. Salmosa just sitting with one drone inside of his extractor at the moment. We'll see how much pressure Bly wants to put on.
I just found some very interesting information about Salmosa, actually. He is actually a new player on Prime.
Yeah.
He has played in, looks like an online league here. But yeah, he's basically just a new player. He was on a clan and then joined Prime. He is actually 31 Korean age. So he's right up there with like Nesty. Yeah, he's 29 US age, but 31 Korean. Yeah, so he's of age with players like Nesty and Boxer and things like that. So for a player that doesn't appear to have any sort of previous game history, I would imagine that he does. Yeah, I mean, he's coming in, going to try to make a run at being a pro gamer. I've got a feeling this guy had to have been a pro gamer in some other game, possibly. It's very rare when you see players around that age come into StarCraft 2 for the first time. But hey, if he can win the game, more power to him.
Well, we have a ton of links coming up now for Bly. But I'm saying, speaking of Nesty, we actually had Roach Warren bypassing defensive banelings altogether.
Wow. Is this Nesty in disguise?
That's what I'm wondering. So
could be.
Well, Bly's going to roll his way out now with a ton of Zerglings, and we'll see what Salmosa can do. do in response. Back at home, he's got his first Roach coming up, but just one. Very smartly already giving up this position at the natural. Just needs to hold back for a little while until he's able to unsupply block himself and start doing damage with his Roaches.
Well, unfortunately for Salmosa, he may be about to give us a lesson in why you don't go for Roaches first, or why it's dangerous to do so. And here come the Banelings right now. They're going to take down the Spine Crawlers and then maybe try to break that Queen ramp as well. Nice transfuse, double transfuse on that Queen to keep it alive.
Yeah, well done, but still, these Banelings are proving to be quite powerful.
Yeah.
Finally, enough Roaches are out, though, and Salmosa is going to stabilize at least for a little bit, and he does have a 9-worker advantage. Oh, but there's 17 workers finishing at the same time now for Bly.
Yeah, that's right. So Bly, I think this is a really good decision. He caused Salmosa.Prime to lose a lot of mining time, while at the same time he droned up behind the pressure too, and he's getting a lair right now, probably going to see some more gas go down, and he could potentially go for Mutalisks out of this. I could see it. He is getting 2 spines, so you know, we'll see. It depends on how quickly he gets his gases, but really good start already this game for Acer.Bly. Now the problem is he's down in supply. He's not going to have as good of an economy for a while yet, right? His drones just finished here, so his economy is only going to be just kicking in.
Yep. And we'll see now what his response is going to be. Going to Quad Gas, so this looks very similar once again to that game on Cloud Kingdom. Now, of course, without the big Baneling attack, but still playing out very similarly, and I would not be surprised, you mentioned before, to see those mutas drop down. So,
yeah,
especially with the amount of gas he saved up. Oh, no!
Oh,
Salmosa!
Salmosa.
There we go.
Drones. Okay, there we go.
Oops.
Yes. That hurts.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, he's going up to gas 3 and 4 himself, as Lair Tech is about halfway done.
Yeah, I sense a bit of nervousness in Salmosa.Prime. I mean, this team's really counting on him. They are down 1-3 right now. They don't want to get knocked on the lower bracket. And there is indeed a Spire going up for Acer.Bly. But first,
is a problem.
He's going to need to defend.
That's right. He has very little to defend with right now. These Roaches are very powerful. They're going to get the kill on this base here. And looks like Bly, is he thinking about counterattacking? May very well be.
This is actually perfectly fine for Bly. In fact, this hatchery could have been a way to keep the pressure off of his natural expansion and give him time to get things going a little bit sooner.
Oh, but he is plenty well defended back at home as well. So, this is
actually, that's so good by Bly. Bly, in fact, I actually think, honestly, I feel like Bly just tricked Salmosa.Prime. Salmosa could have run into the natural, potentially even caused some damage with that amount of Roaches, and Bly distracted him with the third base hatchery, then went for the counterattack, caused the Roaches to pull back, and so Bly, you know, took the pressure that could have been really, really heavy off of him. And yeah, it looks like Salmosa.Prime wants to move out soon. It's going to still be really dicey whether or not the mutas are going to get out in time, and then even once they do, it's going to take a long time, right, for those mutas to whittle down those Roaches. But 5 Spine Crawlers up right now for Bly. He's not in a bad spot.
Well, let's see here now. 12 Banelings actually coming in as well. So Bly,
crazy game.
Yeah, it does have a few larvae left over. Decides to only put up 7 mutas, though, with +1 attacks. He's going to wait on the rest for now. There, finally adding on a couple additional ones. Back on Salmosa's side of things, Spore Crawlers are coming up to defend. I don't believe there's an infestation pit that's been put down quite yet, though.
Well, Salmosa is actually just playing really scared right now. I mean, he's really worried about moving in and going after Bly. I don't even think he saw the Spine Crawlers at the front. He's just playing this passively, right?
I think he just wants to try and, I mean, it's getting close to the point where I think he wants to maybe even try and kill his opponent, but unfortunately just can't. Now has to return back home with the Roaches. The mutas overhead. Glaive Worm taking a while, yes, but still bouncing between those units pretty effectively. Now the Queens are brought off the line, though.
Oh, this is so cool, actually. I really, really like this suddenly by Salmosa.Prime. He's decided to pull all his Queens, make a big creep highway across, but at the same time, while I like the composition for its uniqueness and its kind of craziness, it came really, really late. I just don't know if it's going to be enough to take out Bly, but we're about to find out.
All right, besides these Spine Crawlers, not a whole lot left on the ground. A few Banelings are being morphed in right now. Looks like these Queens being sent to the back so they can start to attack a few of these Mutalisks as well. There's quite a number of air units. The Spine Crawlers are dealing with a few of the Roaches up at the front, but their number is being whittled down quite a bit. Here come the Banelings right behind, though, to start softening up these units. Only one of the Queens has fallen so far. Oh, there we go. Transfusion starting to hit, and the Mutalisk numbers are starting to get whittled down, but so are the Queens.
Yeah, great transfuses, though, from Salmosa.Prime, really making those Queens last for as long as possible. Look at that. There's just not very many mutas left, and Salmosa.Prime can get in and do a lot of damage here right now.
This is a crazy ZVZ, and Salmosa looks like he's coming out with the advantage here. Our 29-year-old US age brand new player for Prime, showing that he's got what it takes.
Well, there's roaches just everywhere right now for Salmosa as well. I mean, the Queen's definitely delayed long enough for his roaches to get in and do damage. He kills the hatchery at the natural expansion, sending more and more roaches in. This is so strange. I mean, it's a very odd push. It came at an odd time when Bly just wasn't expecting it. He didn't really have enough mutas, I guess, to deal with it because of the great transfuses from Salmosa.Prime.
Yeah.
So, yeah, looks like he's going to actually, looks like he's probably going to take this game. I don't think that Bly can kill these units fast enough.
No, I don't think he can either. It's a 100 supply advantage now, falling a little bit because these roaches are getting whittled down, but layer tech is gone now. These roaches could clean up spawning pool if they wanted to. It looks like they will there finally, and they're going to clean up a couple of additional bases, so it's just one mining base. 8! Yes, 8 drones on the field right now for Bly.
And there are infestors back home as well, so Salmosa.Prime is going to be perfectly fine against any sort of muta counterattack.
Right.
Yeah, man, I think Salmosa's got this one in the bag, no problem.
Okay, well, the roaches and Queen should be enough to start cleaning this up. Transfusions hitting, and there we go! A big fungal growth lands, trapping a lot of those mutalisks, and that is going to be
GG.
it. GG for Bly. He has finally gone down, and Prime takes a game back off the back of Salmosa.
Yeah, Salmosa with just the weirdest composition. I mean, you hardly ever